Hey everyone, and welcome to House Flipper 2. Oh, sorry, I got a phone call to pick up. Wait, how do I pick up a phone call on a mouse?
Is there a problem with the reception on the island? I guess I have to leave a message then. Hello, my dearest friend. You
Hello?
may be wondering where you are and how you got here. Don't worry, I'm here to explain. You said you want to try your hand at house flipping, right? I found a perfect house for you to work on, and, as not to waste any time, I took the liberty of organizing your transport and everything else. You're welcome. So, there's nothing more to do but to get to work. Do your best. I hope to turn a large profit selling this house. Who wouldn't like to live in such a wonderful neighborhood? Take care, and happy flipping.
This is a wonderful neighborhood? Bruh, this isn't even a neighborhood at all. This is an island. A secluded island. You just brought me out in the middle of nowhere. And now you expect me to clean up the place so you could then flip it? I thought I was doing the flipping in this game. Not the other way around. So, am I even getting a percentage of this then? Or are you just paying me to renovate? This doesn't make any sense. Either way, as I was trying to say, welcome to House Flippers 2, the demo, where obviously we're just playing a demo. Alright, now, as you can see, I'm kind of just picking up stuff. What am I doing? Collecting trash. Okay, I'm collecting trash. Putting trash bags in a trash bag. That's exactly what needs to be done here. And there's a lot of beginner books right here. Surface finishing, cleaning. There's so much. Wait, how do I open this? Hello? Oh, you gotta hold it down and open. That doesn't make... Okay, yeah, whatever. Here, let me... Can I carry two? No, I can only carry one at a time. Boo! Alright, do I put it in here? Yes! Ha ha ha! There we go. Why is this one just laying down on the ground like it's lazy? It's not doing its job if it's just laying down on the ground, right? I sometimes lay on the ground and do my work. You know, I make myself comfortable. Granted, so sometimes when I do that, people think I'm probably being lazy. But you know what? I don't care. Open the door! Ah. There we go. And I guess we continue with clean up trash. Hands, flipper tool, cleaning. What do you mean flipper tool? Like as in make a profit? I gotta sell 8 things. Surprising that people want to buy a used slipper, right? What's this? Okay. Ooh, radio. Nice. It's a shame I can't get rid of the books. What am I supposed to do with that? Just take it off to the side somewhere? Well, whatever. Oh, I thought I only had to sell like 8 things. Now it's telling me like 30? 34? What the hell? Alright, well, I guess we're gonna take a little time and try to find every single small little thing to sell, including these boards for some reason. People buy the weirdest things online. I remember one time when eBay was first started off, someone bought a used apple, and by used, obviously it means someone took a bite out of it and sold it. I think they went with the gimmick that it's basically the Apple logo. You know, since it's missing a piece on the apple. I think they got a good amount of money on that. I don't know. Like I said, this was a long time ago. In the beginning of when the internet was starting to become the internet. Granted, back then it was kind of lawless. People could basically do anything and everything. Man, you know. But nowadays it's different. There's a lot more rules, a lot more scam artists out there, unfortunately. But that's how usually things go, I guess. I wonder if that fish sings. Okay, I gotta sell 5 more things. And then we'll be good to go, right? Oh, come on. Wait. What? Oh, it's in sections. So there's 15 items that need to be sold out here. Okay. Well, obviously this is gonna take me some time, so we'll do a little time skip here. Is that my ship? Did he give me a piece of plank to float my ass over here? We're not even near land. What the hell? How cheap is our friend here? And is he even our friend? You know? For forcing, basically kidnapping us and forcing us to do his renovations? What kind of friend is that? Seriously. Can I break the door? No, of course not. Oh, that's cool. You can flip it to an axe instead of the hammer. That's awesome. Okay, maybe. Ah, seriously. Blocks. What blocks? Oh, okay. I figured out. You gotta put the cement blocks in a trash bag. Okay. We're getting there. I thought I had to use our regular hands to, you know, pick them up, throw them away somewhere. Okay. Well, this is making this job a little easier. Now I can tell what things need to be sold in this room. I think. I don't know. Alright, now let's give this place a nice little scrub-a-dub-dub. Make it nice and clean. Wait, do I need to clean the windows with this thing, or is there a different tool? Vacuuming? Nope. Surface finish? Nope. That's probably plastering the wall. Oh, here it is. Ooh. I don't know why, but I find cleaning windows satisfying. And house flippers. And in real life, it's alright. Actually, in real life, what I do is construction work and residentials. And my favorite thing to do is doing punch-out work. And that's basically the guy that comes into your house before it's being sold off to you, like a brand new house, checks everything, making sure everything's in proper order. And whatever needs to be finished gets finished. So basically, yeah, we just work on the last little details here and there, whether it's a little bit of pipe work, lighting, or in this case, cleaning some windows. Granted, they have cleaners for that, but sometimes, you know, they'll forget, or they may not notice it's there, and that's normal, you know. You gotta have a lot of eyes just to make sure the house is perfect before it's being sold. Granted though, thanks to COVID, my work has been a little bit difficult since everyone's been trying to build and sell houses quickly, to the point where like there's so much work that needs to be done, they don't even bother hiring punch-out anymore. Instead, what they do is convince the homeowners to buy the house and then have someone else do the work after, in which case it's warranty jobs. And that's when you just submit a form saying like, hey, this needs to be done in my house, and then you gotta wait months or years even in the area that I live in. Some of them have already waited well over like 3 to 4 years at this point, trying to get either one simple thing fixed. At one house literally was Sorry, I'm drawing a blank right now. I'm concentrating on the game and trying to recall what I did. I had to caulk the granite in their bathroom. And that was it. Just grab a little caulking gun, apply it on there, and then, you know, with my finger, smooth it out. That was it. That job literally only took me like 10 minutes. 10 minutes to go back down to my vehicle, bring my stuff up, and this is townhomes and a big city, so the stairs in that area are very, very small, and the ceilings are very, very tall, like 12 feet tall. So it was a nice workout going back up and down to the restrooms, and it took me like 10 minutes to get them all. And yeah, that was it. That lady, if I remember correctly, she said 3 years. She waited 3 years just for someone to come in and do that. And then she also had some grout problems, but we weren't contracted to do grout, even though I am able to apply grout. But due to the fact that we were not contracted for it, we couldn't do anything about it. And unfortunately, that's kind of how it is. We have to do exactly what the contract says. Because otherwise, if for some reason there's a mistake, you'll be fined for it, you know. And that's something that's a big no-no. So you got to do exactly what the contract says. Plus the fact that you're taking someone else's job. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to take someone else's job. Okay, it says I'm missing a window. What the hell? Either way, that's one of the stories. Another story that I could say. Let's see. Let's see what's a good one. Okay, so another good one that I remember. It took me about 4 days to get it done. So basically, this guy, brand new house isn't, you know, he's the first homeowner in this place. Again, it's one of those houses that the builders had built and tried to sell as quickly as possible, and then whatever was left over, any mistakes like that, was left to warranty department. So they had to take care of, you know, again, everything that they didn't do, that they didn't even bother to finish because they were trying to build a house and just sell it as quickly as possible without doing too much work. Was this guy had nail pops, mistakes in his drywall everywhere, and I mean everywhere. It's a 2-story house. It wasn't down in the city, so thankfully his ceilings were only like about 10 feet tall, the normal, at the normal standard. Anyway, me and my partner, we have to go in there. And he's already got like everything marked on his walls. His walls, his ceiling, all of it's done. And then not only that, you see the seams like starting to fall down in his kitchen, leading into his living room. There's 2 of those right next to each other, and so and it was bad. Let me tell you, there is no way you can go into that living room and not notice it. It was dipping really bad. Hold on, I'm trying to let me focus on this real quickly on the next thing I need to do. All right, let's do some plastering. Is that? Do I have to do it one at a time? Can I not? Oh, okay, that works. Okay, either way. On his wall, so his wall, his ceiling, they all basically had to be fixed. Granted, I've gone to his house before in the past, and he mentioned how he needed to have all of it done. Unfortunately, the builder decided that it was a good idea to do only like 60 nail pops. And I found 60 in 3 rooms next to each other, you know? This was only one corner upstairs, and and he still had the whole house basically that needed to be done. I couldn't believe that the builder approved only 60 when he had so much. And not only that, that giant ceiling, damn it, I can't talk and do this at the same time. It's difficult. I'm sorry. Please try to bear with me. I'm doing the best I can and telling you all a story and trying to get this going at the same time. Okay. Alright, so like I was saying, the ceiling was falling down. That had to be fixed. So of course, in order for you to fix that, you gotta make sure that it won't keep falling down. And by doing that, you just gotta install more screws into that and making sure that it attaches itself into the frame that's above it. So you want to use like some long screws, usually about 2 to 3 inches long. So you know for a fact that the drywall is nice and secured into the framing. So that's step one. After that, what you gotta do is, of course, you gotta apply mud to it. And you gotta try to basically float it out. And by floating out, you basically just add mud until it looks like it's straight. And believe me, it is not gonna be straight. If you were to take measuring tape, I mean like a leveler and things like that, put it all over around your house or in your apartments, you'll realize that it's actually not leveled. And the only reason it looks straight is because we make it look like it's straight. Basically, we're just magicians making, create an optical illusion to appear that it's straight. Like in one case, I had to fix this lady's double doors to her pantry, and one of the doors was really, crooked compared to the other one. It was very noticeable. So I did my best to fix it, but unfortunately there was no way of fixing that door without me having to physically remove the trim and adjust the framing, and that's a lot of work. That takes an hour or two, depending on how bad it is. So I told him that the builder was there. He walked in with me so he can have a look at it too, and I told him exactly that was the situation, that they would probably have to remove the framing and adjust it. And I guess he was trying to talk with his boss through email. I don't know. He just pulled out his laptop and started working right there in her kitchen. And as I'm just standing there waiting for him to tell me what else to do, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do one thing. I'm not sure if he'll like it because I haven't worked with this builder too much in the past before. So what I did was I went to her other door and made it crooked. And that made it look like it was flush with the rest of it. As soon as I was done, I'm like, okay, I'm done. Give it a shot. Does it look straight to you? And they're like, yeah. And it's like, I guess they weren't paying attention even though they were right there. And I'm like, they asked me how I did it. I'm like, oh, I just made the other one crooked. Their faces were hilarious. They were just dumbfounded that I went ahead and deliberately made their door crooked. The homeowner was okay with it, but she was going to have to check up with her husband, make sure that he's okay with it. But for the moment, the time being, that is, I fixed that door so it's not too much of an eyesore, at least, I'm pretty sure it was giving them a headache. But yeah, things like that, you just gotta basically make it seem like it's straight, even if it's not. And it'll never be 100% straight, mainly for the fact that even if the foundation company were to properly compound the ground under it, try to make it as solid as possible, the earth still shifts, dirt still shifts under it, floods, rain, all that stuff can happen, especially if you don't have any trees outside to keep the lands basically like sturdy, because trees and shrubbery do help keep the land from having the dirt from sliding around as easily. It's kind of like anchors in a way. Also main reasons why you have landslides too. It's more of there's more dirt to tree ratios kind of deal. Now if it's heavy rain, then there's nothing else you can do about that. Heavy rain is heavy rain. You can't. It'll cause a flood, especially if it's one of those areas where it's highly likely to be flooded. Nothing can be done about that. No matter how many trees is planted, or there's always going to be a flood of one way or another. But anyway, when it comes to houses, you definitely want to have some, shrubs or trees outside. It really helps keep the land sturdy. But even then, even with all that, the house will still shift. It takes about 2 to 3 years for a new built house to actually settle in place. But during that time, all those pieces are still, kind of loose. Like You can use power tools and try to get it as tight as possible on the screws, but it'll never be 100%. Even on the road, things, you know, the dirt will always constantly shift. But at some point, the house, in a way, kind of just starts settling by itself. And that's when you start getting nail pops. That's why you start getting, like, cracks in corners of your walls. You know, things like that. All those little mistakes where if whoever built the house didn't properly install it, you know, it's just gonna show up right there and then. And unfortunately, companies only do, like, a warranty of about a year or so. And after that, you're basically on your own. So any more issues that pop up after a year, it comes out of your pocket, you know? And that sucks. But again, it's mainly the fact that it can't be 100% all the time, unfortunately. But at this point, I know for a fact that if they did a good job, I know exactly what I'm expecting. If they did a terrible job, I can tell by exactly how much work is left for me to do. And this one house, like I mentioned, it took me 4 days. That goes to show you that house was rushed from the very beginning. And just, yeah, no one really took care. No one even bothered to focus on details. Because otherwise that wouldn't have happened, you know? And not only that, in some of the walls, they just used regular nails. Not even screws, they just used nails. And I get it, it's faster and quicker to do that, but you want to use screws so you make sure that they don't pop out. Nails, throughout time, even if it's used on your floors, throughout time will slowly pop up. You know, all that pressure, all that walking on top of it, you're not only just bringing the nails up, you're bringing the floorboards up, and that's what causes the nails to be pushed upwards. And then appear, and then you get squeaky floors. Same thing for drywalls. As the house shifts, the drywalls will start moving around a little bit, and they'll pry the nails out of the walls, and that's how you get nail pops. But screws, you won't get them. It won't be as bad, you know. They're more secure in place. They won't move as much. So you know, if anything, make sure you got screws in your drywall. Never use nails. Nails are good for certain things, like your, you know, actually no, just go ahead and use screws on everything. Screw it. That's the wisdom of the day. Screw it. But yeah, this house took me 4 days. I had to spend 4 days with this man working around him. Unfortunately, I could have actually done it in 3 days. I eventually got some help from my boss to send more people to give me a hand there. Granted, it was only for 2 out of those 4 days, but we definitely would have had it done on the 3rd day if it wasn't for the fact that he wasn't working in his office and we needed to get in there. And he had his computer in there and a couple furnitures that had to be covered up. So unfortunately, since he was still working, well into the night, it was like 8 o'clock when we left and he was still working. I don't know what he does, but we couldn't do anything about that. So I told him that the best thing we could do at this moment was to come back the following day and finish it. Even though we could finish it right there and then. All we needed was just another 2 hours. It took us 2 hours to get all that done. Because we had to cover up his furniture, we had to cover up his computer, definitely the computer. I didn't want any dust getting in that thing, and then having it broken down on us. And then we'll be the ones blamed for it. Even though his PC looked like it was one of those, the ones you buy like at Home Depot. It wasn't anything fancy, but you never know. He could have always bought some pieces and upgraded it, and I just didn't see it. But the case looked like he got it from Walmart. But yeah. I will say I'm pretty well versed. I've been in construction for a little over 10 years, on and off, really. I did try to do other things. I worked at a pharmacy, I worked at retail, I worked in restaurants, and even though it wasn't residential work, I did foundation for a little bit. The only fun part about foundation was that I get to, drive some heavy machinery every now and then, like bobcats and all that. But I didn't like so much of the physical labor, which we did like 80% of the time. And that was just grabbing these 180-pound cement blocks and then stacking them up. And that's what I would do from sun up to sundown. And I literally mean sun up to sundown. As soon as the sun came up, we'd be working. As soon as the sun went down, we'd go home. So during the summers, I wouldn't be leaving the job site until like around 9 o'clock. The sun could literally be setting down behind and we'd still be working for another good hour or so. Until it got really, really dark. And then we're like, all right, time to go home. And those days were brutal, let me tell you. Honestly, I didn't think they would ever make a second House Flipper, but I'm happy they did. This is actually a very fun game. Very relaxing. Kind of like Hotel Renovation, which I played a little while ago. I'm not sure. I don't think I recorded that, though. Probably not. It's more of a me time. Okay, so I think for today, I'm just going to focus on getting the kitchen and the living room. The rest of the house could be done whenever I feel like it. But for today's video, this is going to be our main focus right here. Can I get rid of the boards? Okay, so I got rid of the boards. Obviously, you had to go outside and sell them. And I also got to clean the outside just a little bit because it looked really bad. It needed a good cleaning, you know? It had paint all over it. I don't know why. I mean, who the hell's coming out here to paint this abandoned house in the middle of nowhere? Or as our friend said, neighborhood. Like, that makes sense. Oh, I should probably get rid of that. I already got rid of the rest of the wall. Might as well take this one too, right? There we go. Alrighty. Oh, wrong one. I'm just gonna clean it up. Oh. I guess it just cleaned itself up. That works. Alright, now, the first thing that needs to be done is we should probably give this a fresh paint of coat. Alright, how do I... Change size. Ooh, that's cool. Can I set up... Wait, why can't I paint? Oh, wait a minute. So this is the only option it gave me for the moment. So I guess I'm just gonna be doing the whole wall with this design. And that's fine by me, at least for now. I mean, I don't like it very much. But whatever, this is just a demo, so of course they're not gonna give me a whole bunch of options. This is just to get me to be excited and addicted about it and then wanting more by giving me, you know, a test sample. Because that's how you do it. You give them a little taste and then they want more and more. And then if you just hold back for a little bit, the anticipation kills them and that just makes them want it even more. But you gotta be careful because if you don't deliver it soon enough, eventually they'll get tired and look somewhere else to get their fix. Little street knowledge for y'all there. Psychology knowledge, I mean, not street, psychology. They know how to play us. Is there an easier way I could just do this without having to... No, doesn't look like it. Damn it. Oh wait, no, there is. Yay, I can make it bigger. Damn, okay, that makes it so much easier. Yeah, again, I don't like the designs that they've given me. But this is a demo, so I gotta work with what you got. Whatever. Okay, well, little by little. I guess next thing we should do is probably the floors, right? Alright, so this is the demo. They didn't give me a lot of room to try to really decorate this place the way I feel like I want to, but it's a good start, right? So as soon as you walk in through the front door, try to walk into the living room, this is the first thing you'll see. A couch, a little table with a seat, a single seat, I might add. So we have one guest over, they have a seat they can take. The rest of it is just sit on the floor for all I care. Obviously, you probably would have noticed that the floor down there is still doesn't match up with the rest. And unfortunately, I couldn't figure out exactly how, you know, how to add tile or even carpet in here. It may not just be an option at the moment. So thankfully I found some rugs, so I just went ahead and put 2. I tried to cover up that eyesore there. We do have a TV with 2 of the books. So we got the cleaning and painting for dummies, because that's basically what this thing is supposed to be paired of, I'm sure. A bookcase with no books in it. Granted, I probably could have put those in there, but it said not to. And as you can see, it actually does have some time lapse going. So not only will you see it'll just be sunny all the time, it'll be dark. You know, I should have just done a recreation of Kami's house. Well, if this house is actually available in the full release, I think I might. I'll do Kami's house. I'm gonna have to pull up photos of that, because it's been a while since I've seen that. I'm not sure what this is. Like a switch, I'm guessing? It won't let me do anything. But anyway, here's our little kitchen. We got ourselves a brand new fridge, bright white cabinets, and of course our oven and a stovetop and a little microwave. This, it looks like we can go ahead and remove it, but I just couldn't find a way to remove it and replace it with the new one that I wanted me to buy. Got ourselves a little blender, toaster, a drying rack, little cabinets. Ooh, I missed that spot there. I missed the ceiling too. Oh well, doesn't matter. It's a demo. It's only meant to, get you addicted to this, make you want more. And I want more. Oh, believe me, I want more. So obviously when this game comes out, I am gonna be buying this. It might just be a comfort game for me. I might not do a series on it, but if I do, I'll put it up. If anything, I want to make sure I redo this house again, and I'm gonna make it look like it's Kami's house. That will be the one video I would love to do. But I hope you guys like this little demo, and I hope you also like this video, because if you did, by all means hit that like button, and if you really enjoyed it, hit that subscribe for me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Okay, take care and happy renovations.